So guys, I'm currently inside BeSundries Hair and Beauty Salon in Belfast, Northern Ireland. I discovered this place a couple of weeks ago, and guys, the amazing thing is that it's actually owned by a Ghanaian. And when I heard that, I'm like, I need this lady on my channel. And luckily for me, she accepted to do an interview with me today. So I'm currently in her office, should I say. Sure. And as you can see, she's actually quite busy doing someone's hair, but she's giving us the permission to come interview her and then get to know about her, how she was able to establish this. I haven't seen any Ghanaian salon in Belfast ever since I moved here. And I think it's quite inspiring, and I'm really impressed with all what she's done, and get to know her more. And then if she has any tips for other migrants who want to go into entrepreneurship or open their own shops in UK here or other parts of the world. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Please, it's my first time meeting you.
Yeah.
Let me say that I'm honored. Yeah. The last time I was here to do my nails, and then I was speaking with a lady, I think she's from Vietnam, and then she was saying that this place is actually for a Ghanaian, and I was like, oh wow. Yeah. Today, I want to know your name first of all, and then how long you've been here.
My name is Jessica Ruth Afo Kuzalu.
Ish.
But yeah, I bear two names, my dad's surname and my husband's surname, so
okay.
I bear both of them.
Okay.
And I've been in Northern Ireland for a year and 11 months, I think.
Just a year and 11 months?
Yeah, but then I've been in England for nearly 4 years.
Like we've been here almost like the same time, because in total I've been here 5 years and a couple of months.
Yes, I think in total I've been here for 3 years and 11 months. Actually 4 years.
4 years.
Let's just say 4 years.
And in 4 years, look at what you've been able to achieve. Is this something that you were doing like before you moved?
Oh yeah, I have 2 careers, let me just put it that way. I'm professionally trained and practicing human resource officer or administrator.
Okay.
And then hairdressing has been a passion that has turned into a business. So back home, I used to do hairdressing. So I've done hairdressing in total for almost 6 years.
Wow.
Back in Ghana and in the UK. Back in Ghana, after uni, I decided to be a hairdresser. But then before then, I had the passion for it. I used to go to a lady that stays next to my house. You know, in Ghana, people have this small container looking salon. Yeah, so there was a lady like that next to where I used to stay. And I would always go to her shop to help her out when I was in high school through to uni. She kept telling me, would you like to be a hairdresser? And I would be like, no, you know, in Africa as well, nobody wants to go to uni and become a hairdresser. So
True.
I was like, no, I don't think I would want to be a hairdresser. I just like helping you out. But then over the years, I got to realize I don't just want to help her out. I really love doing it because I kind of seem to show more passion than even she who was a hairdresser. Sometimes in school, I'll send her links from YouTube and say, oh, this is really good for your clients. This is really good for your business. Do this and do that for your clients. There's this new hairstyle. Start learning when I come and stuff like that. I think when we were in uni, I did business administration. So as part of the course, you do entrepreneurship for a year.
Okay.
And out of that, we're asked to draw a business plan, which my whole team drew a plan for a coffee shop in Ghana.
Okay.
And then I drew a personal one for a salon and sent it to my HOD. So I sent it to him and he was like, oh yeah, this seemed really good. But then he called me and then one-on-one told me, if this is something you really want to do, I would advise you to do it because it has a future.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. But I was still not convinced. And when I was doing human resource as well, when, you know, back home you do like 1 year national service.
Yeah.
So when I was doing my national service, I did my national service with the Port and Harbours Authority. I was really bored, and that was when I got to realize I can't do one job. There was times that I'll go home and cry for no reason.
Wow.
I was just sad.
Wow.
And it's not that I didn't like my job or career path. I just realized there was something missing in my life.
Yeah.
And that was it. So there was one day in the office, I was like, I'm just going to be with you soon. I went straight to the business registration office.
Okay.
And then registered a business.
Wow.
And the man was like, what do you wish to do? It's like, yeah, open a salon. I was like, okay. Is it open? Have you thought of it? I was like, just register the business for me, please. Which he did. And then that's how it all started.
So how long did you run the hairdressing salon in Ghana?
For 3 years, I would say. From the start till when I opened another branch in Accra. Yeah, I had 2 branches in Ghana until when I was relocating, I closed one down because there was nobody to manage it for me. So the one back in Takwa, my family is close, so they can go in and out to check out. But the one in Accra had nobody, so I closed it down, but it was in Achimota. So
wow.
yeah.
And then it has the same name, BeSundries.
Yeah,
what does it mean? What does BeSundries mean?
You don't want to know, it's a long story. I just took it from the word be, where it's a verb and you can be anything.
Okay.
So, and then the word sundries or sundries is little stuff like toiletries, those many stuff.
So
that
be toiletries?
No, wait, that you wouldn't think of. And then when I moved to the UK, I couldn't have the same logo because it's trademarked and it's 2 different countries, so I had to have a different logo here and have a different logo back in Ghana. But the logo back in Ghana, which is the original logo for the business, it's 2 palms, a head and hair, and has the background green, which signifies growth. The whole idea is nurturing, and then with the verb and then the word sundries, where you wouldn't think, oh, toiletries, who cares? Do you understand? So if I put everything together, it just means the little things will grow.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I keep saying it's a long story.
I see that you're really passionate about your job. That you were
even honestly
sending around petitions to be signed about. What's it about? I even signed it, but I forgot what it was about.
So
that they should teach
Afro textured hair.
Afro textured hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
how passionate she is, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just because I've done the hairdressing level 2 and the level 3 here in the UK, and it doesn't. Yeah.
Since you came, you've done hairdressing course here as well.
Level 2 and level 3.
Wow.
So level 3 allows me to train people, and we actually CPD certified to train people as well. Yeah, and a member of the Beauty Guild and then the Beauty and Cosmetology Association in the UK.
Serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, but then the petition is to get Afro hair as a part of the hairdressing curriculum here in the UK, because it's not. And it's sad because, for instance, you go to a shop, like a white mom will take a mixed child because she wouldn't know what to do or with the hair. It's a lot. And they will tell you, oh, we don't do this kind of hair. And I don't blame them, because they have no background, they have no education. And it's like we're going back to the days where there is the white people tap and then the black people tap, which shouldn't be. We're in 2024. So, and the funny thing is, when I posted it, most of my, like even outsiders who are white were shocked. They were like, do you mean Afro hair is not part of? And I was like, no. And they're like, it's long overdue.
You're probably inspired by this lady's story. Maybe you've always thought of starting your own business. Maybe you want to sell things online, sell merchandise on Etsy, wherever, but you have no idea where to start. I'll show you where to start. Start from Skillshare. For those who are hearing Skillshare for the first time, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes. On Skillshare, there's a class on whatever thing that you want to learn. I've taken several classes on Skillshare. I've taken lessons on how to edit my videos, my YouTube videos, how to create online courses. But the current one that I'm currently taking is how to start an online business. I'm taking this class by this beautiful lady called Isis Brina. And on Skillshare, the amazing thing is they have what we call learning paths. So there's several learning paths. These learning paths are sequential class collections to help you master a specific skill. For instance, when I went on Skillshare and I typed how to start an online business, there was several learning paths for me. And in my learning paths, like there are 2 classes. So the first one is how to build your dream business, craft your purpose and online presence. And then the second one was how to boost your dream business, land your ideal clients with lead magnets. And these have been extremely helpful. I wouldn't say I'm a pro, I'm still a beginner. And that's what another amazing thing about Skillshare. So on Skillshare, depending on whatever level you are, there's a class for you. If you're a beginner, you have no idea, you're clueless, there's a class that will fit you. And if you're at intermediate level, there's a class for you. And if you're a pro and you just want to top up a few things, there's a class for you as well. So for me, with regards to online business, I think I'm a beginner. I'm starting at the beginner's level, and this course has been so helpful. The class about boosting your dream business, how to land your ideal client, how to craft your purpose and online presence. That class alone has over 3,274 students. Obviously, it must be a good class. If you don't know exactly where to start, but you know what you want to do, all you have to do is input in the skills search bar, and you will get lessons, curated sequential classes to help you from beginner level to the pro. And on Skillshare, there are no adverts, so you just keep the value straight away with no interruptions. And these lessons are not just from anybody's. These lessons are by gurus in the game, so you know you're getting the knowledge from the best in that particular sector. Whatever it is that you want to learn, if you want to go into photography, sewing, art, cooking, hairdressing, whatever it is that you have interest in that you want to learn how to do, and you're clueless on how to start, you have no idea how to go about it, go on Skillshare. The amazing thing is Skillshare is sponsoring today's video, and the first 500 people to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Guys, make use of this 1-month free trial. Go there and get all the information that you need to start your business or to start whatever you want to start, to make your dreams come true, like mine are in the process of coming true. Thank you so much, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video. What is amazing is the fact that you have your own formal job as a human resource here, and then you're combining it with this whole salon business as well.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
It's crazy. Like today, I just literally closed from the office. I just told my manager, look, I have an appointment in the salon. I'm sorry, I'm going to leave 5 minutes earlier. And then I just ran to this place. So it's me juggling stuff around my whole entire life, my career, the business.
Is it not stressful?
No, it's not. I actually thrive in chaos and stress. I like to be organized, but then I thrive when there is a challenge. That's it. Life gets less exciting for me when there is no challenge. So I always like to be up to something, do something extra.
But what about your family? Combining two jobs, like, are you able to have time for your family?
Yeah, for now it's just me and my husband and my dog. So
your dog?
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I sometimes think of when I have a child, probably at one point I would need to slow down, but not to an extent where I'm going to stop doing both. I'm still going to do both, but then I'll find a way around it. That's how best I'll put it. I'll find a way around it.
For those who don't know exactly where you are, can I share the address?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll put the address on the screen, and then if you have a business number as well that they can call to reach out to you. What kind of services do you offer?
Okay, so the whole idea is not to solely be like an Afro salon, because you can literally not survive on that.
In Belfast.
So in Belfast, yeah, you can't. It's an Afrofusion salon where we do all kinds of hair, but then my specialty, I just want to focus on Afro hair. But then I have all clients from different walks of background.
Yeah,
and
I saw your Instagram. I'll leave a screenshot of your Instagram on the screen, and then I see that you have clients from so many places. Yeah,
and then we do beauty treatment, aesthetic treatment as well. Just because the seats and the treatment rooms are for rent, so it's not like I'm the only person here, and we all come in as and when we have bookings, just so we conserve energy and all that.
So you rent out the beauty treatment room to other qualified beauticians.
So currently it's Jake, and he's an esthetician and a beauty treatment practitioner, and Chloe as well. She's also an esthetician and a beauty treatment
How do you get all these ideas? Because, like, wow, how do you even think that you could get a place and then be able to rent out some of the rooms out and then help you with, your bills and all that? How do you even come up with that?
I don't know, I keep saying I'm a working business idea. Life gets a bit boring without new idees or without doing
because you've not even been here for that long. For you to have finished the course, the beautician course, and then, somebody would have just started in their own room, in their balcony somewhere. You did?
Yeah.
And then some people have done that for years.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like you,
I know somebody who has done it for 20 years.
Yes.
A friend of mine.
But you decided to get a whole place, make it look more professional, even though you have your main job. That is amazing. So when are you open?
Like I said, we open solely on appointments just to conserve energy. One thing I'm trying to do differently as well is not the usual Afro salon where you have it open 24/7, because we want to be able to foot bills even though we're working. So we are open 9 to 5, but not open. It's 9 to 5 via appointment, so we don't do walk-ins or anything. But then Mondays to Sundays, because I'm not supposed to come in on Sundays, but then again, you build relationships with clients that you can't just say no to them sometimes. You just be like, yeah, let me just, for instance, a client will tell you I need to go on a vacation. I'm like, okay. And I got a wine out of those.
Oh yeah, so that's a gift from a client. Yeah, oh, nice.
Out of those little ones, because sometimes it goes beyond hair.
Yeah.
I'm here sometimes on Sundays. Ideally, we are open Monday to Saturday.
So was it a struggle getting the space?
Oh yeah, it was. It was, because everybody is in the city center and I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be a bit far away from the city center, so I did go around lots of places, and people were telling me, oh, you need to be in the city center because that's where. I'm like,
is it not too expensive there?
It is, but then as well, days that is quiet here, it's quiet over there as well. Like in January, it was dead. And it was everywhere, it wasn't just here. So at the end of the day, if you're opening 9 to 5 every day and you're paying like expensive bills and people are not showing up days that it's dead.
So what's your weekly routine like? Let's say you have people booked every day of the week. What happens?
I'm not the only person here.
Okay.
So I have two other ones who rent seats. Josephine is here in the mornings, but she comes from Newton Arts, so she doesn't come unless she has a booking. When we have morning bookings, she takes up those bookings. And there is Becky as well, who is also here as and when she has availability, because she also has another job. But yeah, Josephine takes the morning appointment, and then I take the evening appointments for the weekdays. And then on on Saturdays, I'm here from the morning till my last client leaves. Yeah, and Sundays sometimes.
I'm just imagining. So you can pass your clients to the other ladies?
So what we have established is everybody has built their own clientele, but then my clients, this is one thing as well, I always keep saying with hair, if you are good at what you do, people will make time for you. That's one thing. And also the fact that I am considerate with clients, they are also considerate with me. When I used to do part-time when I started the salon just to build the clientele, but then when I told them I'm going to go full-time, they were like, oh, it's okay, we're still going to book when you're available. So that's how it works. So my clients still book in the evenings and then Saturdays when I'm available.
And for somebody who's watching us and probably wants to do the same thing, maybe this person never thought of this idea that you could actually get a space and then share it with other people, you know, and then share the bill, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Would you say it's worth it?
It is worth it. I always keep saying one thing with business, and also because I've already tried and tested it. So with business, the first year, you would feel it's not worth it because you will literally not make profit. The first 6 months to a year, you will definitely not make any profit because you're testing the waters. People are trying to get to know, especially in hair business as well, because it's a trust-based industry.
Yeah.
People won't just wake up and say, oh, do my hair. They need to see the reviews. They need to see your work. They need to hear from other people. So when I started the salon back home, it took me 2 years to build my first like 200 clients, which I was like, wow. I nearly gave up at one point, but then that made me understand, oh, that's how it works. So you don't give up unless you're shitty at what you're doing, but if you're good at what you're doing, you don't give up. Just
how can someone book?
Oh, we use this app called Salon, but then it's all linked to my social media platforms. If you go on Instagram, it's just BeSundries Hair and Beauty. I have 5 links, but the booking link is the first link on the top, so you can just book through that. Mostly when you book, I'm actually going to contact you via text and then make some clarifications. I'll confirm the booking, but then I'll just make some clarifications on what extensions you want to use, what color of extension, what length are you looking at, and all that. More like a consultation before you come in, because most of the time I actually source the hair for clients before they come in. Unless clients has their own hair, then I'll just communicate with them to find out what kind of hair and then how best I can also work around it. But yeah.
So what kind of services do you offer?
Personally, I do everything.
So braiding,
extensions, hair treatments, hair care, hair consultation, people with hair loss issues as well.
Oh, okay.
I make consultations. Sometimes I do like hair products and like oils and made source from like oils and shea butter, like strictly organic products. I make them myself, infuse the oils myself, and then I will journey through with you till we see growth, and then.
And is this all something you learned from the school?
These are what I learned from back home.
Okay,
you do not learn that from hairdressing here. These are things I.
How long is the hairdressing course here for somebody wondering?
So if you don't have the basics at all, you have to go through college, and I think it takes 1.5 years or 2. But if you have the basics, then you can actually skip it, which is like 6 months.
For the level 1?
No, it starts from 2. It's 2, 3.
Okay, so 4. Level 2 is 6 months and level 3 is also 6 months.
But then you should have the basics. But if you're looking to do afro hair, don't bother doing hairdressing until it's it's added to
the curriculum.
Because you're literally not going to learn anything. And most people who do afro hair here, they literally transfer knowledge from back home or what they've seen on the internet, which shouldn't be, but
yeah. Okay. So do you offer home service? Let's say I need you to come home.
Nah, I stopped doing that years ago.
I think it's stressful.
Yeah, I used to do that in England. So in England, I used to work as a mobile hairdresser.
Okay.
Which was so stressful. And then converted one of my rooms into a salon.
Okay.
And then moved here, so it's a bit.
What was the main reason for your move, if I may ask?
Oh, so one, I love the people. I used to have a client who...
You mean from England to Northern Ireland?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I used to have a client who used to stay in Antrim.
Okay.
And she used to come to England to do her hair.
Just for the hair?
Yeah. So I asked her, why? And she was like, okay, try visiting Northern Ireland, you will understand. But she loves her braids.
Okay.
So she would travel anywhere for them. And then she loved her hair getting like
And is this like an African?
Yeah, she's from South Africa.
Okay.
And she likes getting like good treatment as well, because I remember when I met her, she said she's never had an organic protein treatment before.
Same.
Yeah. She was like, if it takes me that much to get this done, I don't mind coming. And she would come like once a month to get them done and get her braids installed and come here. So she was like, you should think of coming to the Northern Ireland and then see for yourself, because I think it's a place you can grow with your business. I was like, okay. But then myself and my husband were thinking of going to the Midlands in England, where we used to live in Essex. Okay. And we're thinking of moving a bit far away from Essex. So
Yeah.
when
What
she-
about from Ghana to UK in general?
Oh, it's love. You don't want to know.
Okay, so you moved here because of marriage.
Yeah. I fell in love
Okay.
and got married and then moved here. But
Okay.
if not, I wouldn't have moved here.
Wow.
But yeah, I think I like the fact that I did. But
Yeah. And then with the kind of ethics that you have, you thrive anywhere.
yeah.
Then how do you manage your team? Because now you have loads of other people.
Yeah.
How do you manage it? And what are your challenges in general?
People, working with people is not that easy. But then I keep saying, just because I have the HR background, it helps.
Okay.
Yeah, it really helps. So we have a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only way we can communicate. I have everybody's personal number as well. I've tried as much as possible to make sure we don't have a grievance case. So I don't share anybody's business in the WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group is strictly business. You have a booking, we need to do I don't even share people's booking because I don't want anybody to know how much anybody is making. So I don't share anybody's booking. I just go individually and say, look, you have this booking. Are you okay for me to confirm it or stuff like that? But then the WhatsApp group is just to communicate and say, hey, we need to do this in the shop or we need to do that basic stuff. And I've tried as much as possible to build a professional relationship and a personal relationship as well with everybody. So in a case where
So how many people are in the team at the
I
moment?
think 5. Myself, Becky, Joe, Jake, Chloe. Yeah, I think 5. We're 5.
Wow.
We're 5 all
And if I may ask, is it that they keep what they make or you share?
Oh
or...
no, everything is commission based. So one thing I tried not to do, I think as well, my conscience is the problem. Nah, my conscience is a big problem. So I've worked in somebody's salon before when I came to the UK.
Okay.
And that woman used to take 65% of everything I make.
Jesus
and she
Christ.
would give me 45%.
Is this a Ghanaian?
No, she's Nigerian. She will not make it to heaven.
She will watch this.
Yeah, she will not make it to heaven. So
65, that's a lot of money.
yeah, but
So
then
that will make you increase your charges for no reason.
For no reason. That's the thing. It was really bad. So I just learned a lesson from there. So when I moved and I got the salon sorted, I just told everybody, you're not going to pay rent because if you're paying rent, I'm being cruel. So if you come and sit here a whole day and there is no appointment, that means it's your loss, even though I'm taking the money and I'm never going to feel good about that. So I was like, look, what we're going to do is we're going to do it on commission based. I'm just going to take 30% of whatever you make just to sort the salon and the business out. But then whatever you make, just give you 30 and that's it. And I stock products and all that. The only person that stocked their own product was Chloe because her products are expensive. But yeah.
So what advice would you give to people who really want to start something, especially for migrants,
Yeah.
Sometimes when you move to a country, you think, oh no, it's impossible. I mean, you have to think of taxes. Meanwhile, maybe
Oh,
back
yeah.
home, you could have gotten away with some of those things.
Oh, you don't. I tell you,
Over
I
here,
still pay taxes in Ghana. You will not believe it. For my business in Ghana.
Wow.
I'm going to be in your space for like 2 minutes. I've not mixed the tax for a day. Sorry.
wow.
Yeah.
You're good though.
Thing is, if you do those things, it actually helps you. That's one thing people do not understand. Like, if you're paying your taxes, if you're being as open as possible, you get help. And that boils down to the advice. I remember when I moved to England and I registered as self-employed, and somebody was like, oh, why are you registering as self-employed? Funny enough, as soon as I registered as self-employed, somebody from business support in Basildon then, as in the Basildon Council then, called me and was like, oh, do you need any support? Just let us know. We're here to help, and stuff like that. Which is something people do not even know exists because they
And is
think
this financial help?
any sort of advice and help. So with financial help, that time I didn't qualify because I hadn't been here for 3 years. So, but then the advice that I was given was enough, to be honest. And honestly, this business is self-funded.
I forgot to ask you, how did you raise the funds to do this? Is it from your business back
Yeah,
home?
from my business back home. I had to move money from back home to be able to start this one because I had not been here for 3 years and I didn't qualify for any sort of financial support. But I had support from the council in Antrim or something. They got me a personal business consultant who walked me through the dynamics and how Belfast works to have a business running. She helped me with my financial cash flow and stuff like that. In as much as they didn't give me money, physical cash, every business needs this. I keep saying you cannot do a business without knowing what you're about to tackle. So these are stuff and ideas you need to know beforehand. And also that's how most businesses do not succeed, because they do not do all of these things. The council gave me a lot of support that if I hadn't registered my business legally, I wouldn't have had that support. But people take advantage of that. So what I will tell people is if you're an immigrant, or migrant and you come to a country, don't listen to what the naysayers, for instance, telling you, oh, don't do this way because that's what our forefathers have been doing for years. Like do it this way because that's what our forefathers been doing for years.
Do it in your house. Don't let them let them pay cash.
Yeah, exactly. HRMRC will be chasing you. But the funny thing is, you will actually not get support that is needed as a business. Remember when COVID came and they were giving businesses money? People who actually didn't have their businesses registered, they didn't get anything. Yeah. So there are days that it will benefit you, and as well as if you register your business, you can actually get tax reliefs and stuff like that. But then people do not think of all these things. They always just think about, oh, we need to outsmart the system. But the more you outsmart the system, you actually outsmart yourself and take yourself out of like good stuff the system has.
Well said. I'm really inspired by your story, honestly. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Guys, if you come here, let her know that you are from my channel, okay? And then she'll give you a discount.
Yeah, you get a lot of
Thank you so much.